stream. It's such a pleasure to have you. So, first things first. Alright. Today, we will be playing a very special game. Okay. Sorry about that. There's no music playing in. Oh, I see. So weird. So weird that it does that. Let me put my volume up. Hello? Is this up or down? Oh, that's down. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Okay. There we go. Just a little bit further down. There you go. Just a little bit more. Just there it is. There it is. Okay. Alright. Let's see here. First thing on the chopping block today, we're gonna actually play a video game. That's right. A story-driven video game. Can you believe it, folks? It's been a while since we've played a comfortable little game together. I'm even gonna pull out the controller for this one. That's right, folks. Pull this bad boy out. There it is. Alright. So today... wait, hold on. Okay. So today, we will be playing Detroit Become Human. Now, I love this game because I love games that allow you to make choices. Now, you can't make a ton of choices. You know, there's always a cap on how many choices you can make in a video game. Even one solely designed for choices. Like many heavy rain inspired video games. Oh, I'm receiving a phone call. Hey, I'm back. Welcome back, Aaron. Sorry about that. I had a conversation with my... Anyways, let's play a video game. Let's freaking do it. Yeah. Where is it? Where is the game? Right here. Okay. Launch it. Oh, do I have to? I think I might have to. Alright, accept. Game is currently creating shader pipelines to provide the best visual experience. This can take some time depending on your configuration and hardware. Please do not quit the game until the process is complete. Alright. Interesting. Is it still doing that while I'm away from the... Seems like it is. Okay, good to know. That's gonna take a second. So, before we get into that, we've got some videos. We haven't gotten through all the videos, actually. We only made it through 3 videos last night. So, today we've got The Evidence for Bigfoot by Emma Thorne. Emma Thorne, very good content creator. A debunker of sorts, and she's awesome. Love her videos. Let me just get that up. There it is. Okay. And there it is. Grow bigger. There it is. Perfect. Okay, this was the last video we were on. Oh, forgot to put the audio in. Important to do that. That's the one. Wonderful. Unmute the audio. And, next video.
I'm definitely not gonna shoot him.
Number 2.
I'm definitely not gonna shoot him. Good. Why did you even say that?
Forest in Pennsylvania. Yet when he examined the footage, there was a spooky snap of a bizarre gorilla.
That looks like a friggin' werewolf, dude. Maybe Bigfoot's not real, but werewolves are. Maybe Bigfoot has been popularized to cover for the existence of real werewolves. Do you ever think of that? Hello, lovely people. My name is Emma. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are new. As I'm sure most of you are aware, I am quite a skeptical person. As such, I've cultivated quite a skeptical audience here on YouTube. It's fairly rare that I see more than 1 or 2 people who believe in some kind of conspiracy within my comment section. For some reason, that is different whenever I mention Bigfoot. Anytime Bigfoot comes up, which is suspiciously often, there are a surprising number of people
what if there was a
say,
Bigfoot?
I believe in Bigfoot. There's evidence for Bigfoot. There's more evidence for Bigfoot than X thing we're talking about, etc, etc. And I want to know why. Of all the conspiracy things to believe in, I think cryptozoology is probably the one to go for. Someone's going to get upset at me for calling cryptozoology conspiracy theorizing. I'm just not sure what to call it. Give me ideas in the comments. So I want to know what I'm missing, what I'm getting wrong. Is there some hard evidence for Bigfoot that has just passed me by? I thought it was all kind of spurious faked footage and hearsay, so I feel like I should do a proper little investigation. I'd like to start by reading my favorite YouTube comment about Bigfoot. I've never seen a Bigfoot myself, but according to my older sister, she and her friend had, when they were out riding horses, scared the hell out of their horses. Why did your sister and her friend scare their own horses? That's just mean. The horses bolted on their own out the area. Upon this, my sister said they looked back trying to figure out what was going on and seen this rather huge, upright walking creature going out from one wooded area into the other. She described its height was as if cow had stood up its 2 hind feet and walked away. This creature tough was white in colour opposed to the common dark brown and black variant, and there is absolutely no reason for my sister to have lied to me or made it up. So that's pretty compelling testimony already. So I want to start with something that I do know about, which is Ray Wallace and the Big Feet hoax. I couldn't think of
There's no
an alternative
reason
way of phrasing it. The Big Feet hoax that I think kind of started this whole thing. This is a New York Times article about it. The children of Ray L. Wallace announced their prank-loving pop had created the modern myth of Bigfoot when he used a pair of carved wooden feet to stomp a track of oversized footprints in a Northern California logging camp in 1958. Apparently Ray Wallace was a bit of a prankster and just enjoyed making people laugh and all kinds of kooky things. Sounds like a pretty cool guy, not gonna lie. Why am I so reflective today? Is it just because the natural light is coming in so bright from the window? But I like having the sun. You'll just have to deal with me having a reflective face today. Michael Wallace said his father had a friend carve the feet. Then he had a truck drive him slowly to create a large gate as he stomped the prints in the ground. This article also mentions a Dr. Fahrenbach, who has tried to prove by DNA analysis of hair samples that Bigfoot is a species heretofore unknown to science. To date, he's come up empty, which he attributes to fragmented DNA. Which is not a great start. That's a potential origin, or at least a popularization of the Bigfoot phenomenon, is Ray Wallace and his fake big feet. To celebrate, by the way.
And his very big feet.
Fit in. I have today worn my own big feet. Bigfoot's real, guys. It was me. So those are the feet. That's faux evidence number 1. Scratch that off. Those footprints were faked. All this talk of Bigfoot brings one question to mind. What separates us from the animals? Good skincare, obviously. Fortunately for my fellow great apes, this video is sponsored by Geology. And effective hairness, whatever your skin issues personally, Geology has a routine for you. Simply, our next piece of historic evidence is the Patterson-Gimlin film. This is the now iconic 60-second footage of
We all know it, we all love it.
Sasquatch/Bigfoot having a stroll through the forest. The short was filmed in a place called Bluff Creek, which is actually not that far away from where Ron did his
get it.
wooden big
Bluff
feet prank.
Creek.
Roger Patterson, all the way
Bluff
up to his death,
being
maintained this
a
was
term
real
for
footage. He
for
self-published a
lying.
book in 1966 called Do Abominable Snowmen of America Really Exist? The book has been characterized as little more than a collection of newspaper clippings laced together with his circus poster-style prose. It's not very nice. Okay, I kind of want to read that. Put it on my reading list. This is how the story goes. Friday, October 20th, 1967. Early afternoon. Patterson and Gimlin were riding horses upstream along the east bank of Bluff Creek. At some point between 1:15 and 1:40 p.m., they came to an overturned tree with a large root system at a turn in the creek almost as high as a room. When they rounded it, there was a log jam, left over from the flood of '64, and then they spotted the figure behind it nearly simultaneously. It was either, depending on accounts, crouching beside the creek to the left or standing there on the opposite bank. Patterson initially estimated its height between 6 foot 6 inches and 7 feet, and later raised his estimate to about 7 feet 6 inches. Cheeky Roger trying to make it seem bigger after the fact. Patterson estimated he was about 25 feet away from the creature at his closest. He said that his horse reared upon sensing the figure, and he spent about 20 seconds extricating himself from the saddle, controlling his horse, getting his camera from a saddlebag, before he could run towards the creature while operating his camera. He yelled, "Cover me," to Gimlin, meaning get the gun out. He chased after the creature as it walked away. He then describes the creature looking over its shoulder at him with a look of contempt. Let's actually watch the footage before we get any further along. So, beautiful scenery, them on horseback, into the Bigfoot section. It does kind of just look like a person walking along. He's running to catch up with it. It sort of looks at him. Hi.
Why is he such an asshole?
It looks. It's got the
Bigfoot's
gait
such an
of a
asshole.
person casually strolling to the supermarket. Here he goes. See you later, Bigfoot. That's it. That's the Gimlin Patterson film. There hasn't been much mainstream investigation into this film, which I guess isn't that surprising, but it makes it kind of harder to look up. We're going to read some other people's opinions because I have no expertise in the area, obviously, but to me it just looks very casual. I can't imagine a great ape just like seeing people run after it and just being like do 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 do. But hey, what do I know? Maybe Bigfoot is just like completely nonchalant about folks running around trying to film it with a camera. So some of the scientific studies are kind of interesting. There's some cryptozoologists, some kind of believers who think that the footage was fake, which I think is really interesting. There's a chap called Bernard Heuvelmans. That's probably not how you say his name. Who thought that the creature in the film was a suited human. He objected to the film subject's
he just
hair
so
flow pattern as being too uniform.
Wait, so this guy just so
to the hair on the
happened
breasts as not being
to
like
be
primate,
out
to its buttocks as being
riding his
insufficiently
little
separated,
horse.
and its too calm retreat from the
But-
pursuing men. Me too, Bernard. I thought that as well.
And then he
Which
just
feels
so
so
happened
smart.
to
Prominent
have
primate expert
his
John
camera
Napier
with
was one
him.
of the few mainstream scientists
Well,
not only to critique the
he had
Patterson
guns
film, but
and
also to study
cameras
then
with
available
him.
Bigfoot evidence
Why?
in a generally sympathetic manner. He conceded the likelihood of Bigfoot as a real creature, stating, "I am convinced that Sasquatch exists," but he argued against the film being genuine. First, he says the length of the footprints are
interesting.
totally at variance with its calculated height. The footprints are of the hourglass type, which he is suspicious of. He adds, "I could not see the zipper, and I still can't. There I think we must leave the matter." Esteban Sarmiento is a specialist in
What?
physical
It
anthropology
was a really
at the
good
American Museum of
outfit.
Natural
What?
History.
It was a
He
good
writes, "I
costume.
did find some inconsistencies in appearance and behaviour that might suggest a fake, but nothing that conclusively shows that this is the case. His most original criticism is, the plantar surface of the feet is decidedly pale, but the palm of the hand seems to be dark. There is no mammal I know of in which the plantar sole differs so drastically in colour from the palm." Essentially, everybody who studied it said the same kind of things. There are some inconsistencies you can make, but it's impossible to say one way or the other whether this is a real, unknown creature or a human in a suit. Without a body to study, without better footage, meh. But it's 2024 now. Everyone and their mum's walking around with an HD camera in their pocket. Surely some high-quality Bigfoot footage exists now. So it turns out Animal Planet did an 11-season show called Finding Bigfoot, but 11 seasons in, they never found Bigfoot. So I just started Googling
Fun.
evidence for Bigfoot, because that's how you do research in 2024. And I found this Live Science article, "Is Bigfoot real? Everything you need to know about the Sasquatch." Bigfoot or Sasquatch is a large ape-like creature some people believe inhabits North America, but there's no hard evidence it actually exists. Apparently there have been more than 10,000 eyewitness accounts of Bigfoot in the continental US. In these accounts, Bigfoot is usually described as being about 8 to 10 feet tall and covered in hair. Eyewitness reports are the most
You
common
don't
evidence put forward
say.
for the existence of Bigfoot. Unfortunately, as Live Science points out, these are based on human memories, and memories are not reliable. It also makes a point of saying, with the rise of high-quality cameras and smartphones, photographs of people, cars, mountains, flowers, sunsets, deer, and more have gotten sharper and clearer over the years.
Yes.
Bigfoot is a notable exception. The logical explanation for this discrepancy is that the creatures don't exist, and that photographs of them are merely hoaxes or misidentifications. Some people claim to have heard Bigfoot shrieks, howls, growls, screams, or other vocalizations. They're also associated with other noises such as wood knocking, according to Scientific American. Strange noise recordings associated with Bigfoot occasionally attract media attention, but the noises can often be attributed to known animals such as foxes or coyotes. I've done my impression of a fox screaming on this channel before.
Foxes make
If you
weird
forget what a
noises.
fox sounds like, it's easy to think there is like a cursed ghost woman in distress, because they are like, and that's just a little fox. The anthropologist Krantz has discussed sound recordings and Bigfoot hair, feces, blood, stuff like that. He says the usual fate of these items is that they either receive no scientific study or else the documentation of the study is either lost or unobtainable. In most cases where competent analyses have been made, the material turned out to be bogus or else no determination could be made. Oh, here's a point that I had never thought of. The study of genetics provides another reason to doubt the existence of Bigfoot. A single creature can't breed and maintain a population, much less a species. For Bigfoot to be viable, it would need to have a population or populations
But they always say,
large
like,
enough to avoid
oh,
inbreeding
well,
and low
actually,
genetic
Bigfoot is
diversity
immortal.
or else face extinction. The existence
Like,
of
due to some
multiple
sort of
Bigfoot increases
magic.
the chance... Big feet? I guess Bigfoot is the plural of Bigfoot. We learned something new today. It's all been worthwhile. The existence of multiple Bigfoot, it feels weird, increases the chances that one will be killed by a hunter or hit by a motorist or even found dead by a hiker or farmer at some point, yet no bodies have ever been found. People do occasionally claim to find bones or other large body parts. For example, a man in Utah discovered what he thought was a fossilized Bigfoot skull in 2013. A paleontologist confirmed that the skull was simply an oddly weathered rock. Fortunately, here on History.com, we can read about the fact that Bigfoot was investigated by the FBI. Here's what they found. In 2019, the
What the
FBI
fuck?
released its 4-decade-old file on Bigfoot, including analysis conducted on hair that allegedly belonged to the Sasquatch. The results? Deer hair. It was just deer. In 1976, director Peter Byrne of the Bigfoot Information Center sent the FBI about 15 hairs attached to a tiny piece of skin. He wrote that his organization couldn't identify what kind of animal it came from and was hoping the FBI might analyze it. He also wanted to know if the FBI had
What was
analyzed
the
suspected Bigfoot hair
analyzation
before,
process?
and
Did
if
they
so,
just
what their
look at it and
conclusion
said,
was.
yep,
I didn't know that was
that's
what the
clearly
FBI
Bigfoot.
did. Jay Cochran Jr., Assistant Director of the FBI's Scientific and Technical Services Division, wrote back to Byrne that he couldn't find any evidence of the FBI analysing suspected Bigfoot hair, and that the FBI only usually examined physical evidence relating to criminal investigations. Bro, why are you writing to us about Bigfoot? We're trying to solve crimes. Still, it sometimes made exceptions in the interest of research and scientific inquiry, and Cochrane said he'd make such an exception for Byrne. But the next year he sent the hair back and was like, it's, deer. It's deer hair. So that doesn't help. Where else is there to turn but YouTube? Let's have a look at Watch Mojo's top 10 unbelievable Bigfoot sightings caught on camera. By now, it stands to reason that there must be something somewhere, some piece of footage that is higher quality, that clearly shows an unidentified great ape species, maybe related to the big 8-foot whatever South Asian creature that existed 10,000 years ago that people think Bigfoot is related to somehow. Let's just see. There's got to be something out there if people are saying there's too much evidence not to believe in Bigfoot. Where is it? Show it to me.
Number 10, Provo Bigfoot. In 2012, YouTuber Beard Card was camping with friends in Provo Canyon, Utah. They wanted to get a better look at the creatures. However, then they saw something else. As they got closer, they began to wonder if what they were seeing was actually a bear. So they kept their distance. But then, the dark shape stands up sharply. Now it looks more like the legendary Bigfoot. Understandably, the campers were spooked enough to sprint away from the imposing
You
figure.
know,
That looks like a
bears
bear to me.
can
I
stand
don't know about
up,
you, but that does
right?
look like a bear.
Don't run
And at
from
the
the
second
bear.
that it looks like it could be something different, the footage goes all shaky and they run away. It's just so unfortunate that that always happens. That was only number 10, so they're bound
The
to get
bear
better
will
and better.
fucking think you're prey.
Dawn
Bears are quick.
2012 seemed to be a hotbed of Sasquatch
Bears are
activity.
faster than
This
you
time,
think.
a hiker was in the woods when they spotted an intimidating figure walking among some trees before it kneeled down.
What the?
Even hearing the filmer's frightened breathing is nerve-wracking, but it gets worse. The figure, seemingly realizing
I don't
the
wanna
company,
tell you
stands
how
up
to do your
suddenly and throws
fucking
what
job.
appears to be a rather large rock. Of course, with such a display
But
from
it's
an
not that
unknown
difficult.
creature with
Most
a big
cameras
build,
nowadays
the
have
person
like a
runs off.
stabilizing
Is
effect.
this a real person or is this an AI
Like,
voice?
even when I,
Because
like,
it's
hold
really
my hand
weird.
up.
Apologies to whoever this is at Watch Mojo if that's like...
My camera's
If you're
has
a real
a
person
stabilizing
and that's your
effect.
actual voice, I'm so sorry, but you sound like AI. Seeing this creature, it's clear that
Especially
they, you know what I
on
mean? Like the tone is just up
video
and down in a way that
mode.
doesn't really match the words they're saying. Very odd.
I
But
think these people
also,
are going
to
out of their
me,
way to
that didn't
make their
invoke the
camera
fear.
shaky.
That was like, oh my god, what's that? I hope my video goes viral voice. You know, that didn't sound real to me.
And we don't blame them.
It threw a little stick. It threw
Number
a
8, Allegheny Bigfoot. In 2007,
Bear.
Hunter
That's
Rick
a
Jacobs
bear.
set up a trail camera against a tree in the Allegheny National Forest in Pennsylvania. Yet when he examined the footage, it wasn't the typical creatures of the forest that caught his attention. There was a spooky snap of a bizarre gorilla.
That looks like a friggin' werewolf, dude. Maybe Bigfoot's not real, but werewolves are. Maybe Bigfoot has been popularized to cover for the existence of real werewolves. Do you ever think of that?
Esque beast that wandered across the frame. The Bigfoot
It's doing yoga!
research organization, to whom Jacobs sent the image, claimed it looked like a juvenile Sasquatch. Representatives from the Pennsylvania Game Commission stated that the photo seems to be of a bear with some kind of skin disease like mange.
Oh,
appears to
no.
be a bear with a severe case of skin disease.
Aw, that evidence made me sad. That's sad. Poor baby. Okay, not a werewolf then, it's a bear with mange. Damn it.
The pricey study. In 2013, in Dallas, Texas, the Sasquatch Genome Project hosted a news conference where they went public with a series of clips and evidence to demonstrate that Sasquatches do indeed.
I'm sorry, can we go back to that? Can we go back to that last clip? Look at this
Sasquatch
guy.
Genome Project
What am I
hosted a
look-
news
what the
conference
fuck is that?
public with a series of
I
clips
love
and
him.
evidence to demonstrate that Sasquatches do indeed exist.
We've all
You know,
had
faces
experiences
move,
that have
right?
changed our lives.
Even when you're,
literally
like,
shook the
faces, like,
foundations
big
of what we
still.
believe in.
I don't fully get it. Like, I think it's awesome, and if you're an anthropologist,
Like, come on.
I get why it would be
A
like, this could
Bigfoot's face would
change
probably
the
be
course
moving
of, like,
around. There'd probably be
well,
like
not change the
something
course, but this
stuck
could be
in
like an
Bigfoot's
amazing
teeth or
scientific
something,
discovery.
and
But
just
like,
fucking
even if it turned out that like
doing
there's a
some
large
shit,
ape
their
that we
eyes
weren't aware
blink,
of
their
before,
fucking nose
I don't
flares up.
get
you
what
know, it's
about
like,
that is
what?
so life changing. It's like, you know, like a lot of cryptid stuff is like it's a shape shifting creature that can distend its jaw 10 meters. Like it's interesting because it's like, ooh, but like the Sasquatch, Yeti, Bigfoot thing is like, if it turned out to be real, as in it turned out that there was like another large ape species that we weren't aware of, would that change everything? Would that change your whole life? I don't really understand
probably not,
why.
no.
Do I just not get it? Is it a cultural thing? If I was from North
If
America, would I?
If Bigfoot came out and was like proven real, I think everyone in the world that believes in aliens would immediately lose their shit. Because that's just like one part of the pipeline of conspiracy theories that they just love, you know? If Bigfoot's real after so many years of being scrutinized about how Bigfoot could not possibly be real, and it comes out and Bigfoot is real, those people would be like, well, what even is the world? Like, I mean, everything is real now. Like everything is real. Like what? It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Just crazy people being crazy.
Would I completely understand and appreciate the Bigfoot thing? Because like my people, my people have Nessie, but I don't believe in Nessie either. And nobody I know believes in Nessie. It's just like, it's a cool thing to have on a fridge magnet. It's probably an elephant from a circus. You know, I don't get the fascination with Bigfoot. Because, like, if the Loch Ness Monster was real, it would be a fucking huge sea monster. I don't get what about Bigfoot is so, like, whoa. Help me out. Help me understand.
Proof in analyzing footage from another investigation known as
There's
the
another guy
Erickson
going for a
Project.
stroll in the woods.
The studied clips included footage of an apparent juvenile Bigfoot walking through a forest, while another purported to show a sleeping Sasquatch. All this in-depth research and data collection had cost the SGP a hefty $500,000.
They
Shit.
say they also have DNA proof of Bigfoot's existence.
Some mocked the analysis, saying it was not rooted in concrete scientific methods. And the best
I think
images the
people just like
SGP
Bigfoot
could
because
produce
it's
were
a
dark,
great
grainy,
ape that's
or otherwise
walking
inconclusive.
upright.
Yeah, right? Like, why is it all if there's all this evidence, why can they only get footage of it that is like super dark and shaky and grainy. Like, why don't Bigfoot chasers go out with a fucking gimbal, like a Steadicam or something? Why is it always like shaky handheld footage in the dark at low resolution?
People have a
It just
Steadicam.
doesn't. I hate to say it, it doesn't check
That's
out.
like a
We're only
thing
on
that
number
will
6 of this list, so
definitely
many
help you
things will
prove
become
your
more
point if you know where
compellingly
Bigfoot is.
Bigfoot-y.
Yet,
As we go.
coincidentally,
Digging
none of them have the
Skokie.
money to
In
get the fucking
2013, a man named
Steadicams.
Josh Highcliffe was hunting in the swamps near Tunica, Mississippi. He heard a noise and went to investigate, hoping it was the hogs he was after. Instead, Highcliffe spotted a black furry
Has man not got a zoom on his camera? Why can't he zoom in?
creature crouched near a tree, seemingly stripping it of its bark or digging at its roots, perhaps
Every
for
camera has a
truffles.
zoom feature.
Only when it
like
stood
what?
up did the hunter get scared enough to take off.
They always take off at the same moment. Most of these are fake, right? Like, I'm sure
What are you
some
scared
things
of?
are like people see footage
Like
that
most
they don't
people will
immediately
take
understand, they
videos
can't
of
immediately
like bears
identify, same with the
actively
hair thing,
attacking them,
and they genuinely
and
want
these guys are
somebody
fucking
to analyze
afraid of
it.
Bigfoot
But a lot of these are
standing
like,
up.
oh my god,
Bigfoot
what's that
just
just
stood
over
up.
there?
What-
And then
what-
the
what are you
second it would
afraid of?
become
It's
more
just-
visible, they
what the
run
fuck?
away in terror. If you were that dedicated to finding Bigfoot, you'd fucking put your camera down on a tripod. And if you were that scared, you would run away and then go back for it later. Like, something is silly. We know it's silly. We know this is silly, right?
Highcliffe was adamant that the 7-foot beast wasn't a bear. Overhead Sasquatch. YouTube channel Ken's Carpentry went to find a bear and her 2 cubs in the Vermont woods before spotting something he
Also, I don't know what it is. There's something a little uncanny about seeing somebody walk overhead. You know, like you can see this happen a lot, like when you like in a 2-story, 3-story building or more, and you look down at people, like straight down at them, you can see the tops of their heads while they walk. There's just something strangely uncanny about it because you lose a bit of like what you usually see when somebody is walking. You know, there's like a 3-dimension, you lose like a third dimension in somebody walking. Because usually when you see somebody walking, it's like multiple parts of their bodies are moving at once. And when you look at them from like an overhead view, you can't really see like their torsos moving, so you kind of lose out on like crucial information of like walking animation or what have you, like the movement. And it just looks strange. It just looks funny because it just looks like a flat like disc with like little fucking legs that are poking out with arms flailing about. Like, it's just funny. It's just really funny. I don't know what it is. It's just I don't know. Like, just go look at footage or look outside your window if there's like people walking through the street or something. You're in a hotel room or some shit, and just look at them like walking. Like, just look at them fucking walking around from an overhead view. It's just uncanny. I don't know what it is. It's just strange. It doesn't look human, but it is very... It's like this is the only creature in existence that could look this way while walking. You know, if you're looking at like a great ape and it's like walking towards you, it's usually like stumbling around with its hands on the floor. So it's like more... It's more involved from an overhead view. You can literally like go play Ape Out, the game where you play as an ape escaping a fucking zoo or some shit. All of that is overhead view, and then it does the same thing for humans, and it's uncanny because the ape looks fine, but the humans when they're walking around, it looks fucking weird. You know, like Hotline Miami does that too. It's just the overhead view is just strange. Very strange.
didn't know what to make of.
What the world?
What in the world? What tarnation is that? It looks like a man in an ape suit having a stroll.
He sent a drone up to investigate, and shortly into the flight, instead of spotting a cute bear family, Ken captured what appears to be a bipedal beast strolling through the trees without a worry in the world. TikTok
Even the narrator is like, this Bigfoot seems so casual. He's just like having
Yeah.
a stroll. He's just
There's
having
just
a- getting
something
his
so,
daily
like,
constitutional.
so
Why are
so
Bigfoot
like
always so
weird
casual?
of
accounts
thinking
and
of
other
like an
social media
animal that
users
can
believe this
walk
to be
the way
real
that
deal
humans
and
can,
proof of
like
Bigfoot.
bipedal.
However, it's not. It was reported to be a joke by Ken's
upright.
Carpentry, who had previously
Like
released a
some
video of
some
someone in a
animals
Bigfoot
are
costume
bipedal,
helping build
like
a cabin.
birds and shit.
Okay. Ken's Carpentry, new favorite YouTube channel. You're into carpentry, go subscribe to them. They seem fucking fun. But
What the
Watch
fuck
Mojo,
is
why
that?
is this on the list? Why is this number 5 on the list of top 10 unbelievable Bigfoot sightings?
That
a
is
known
unbelievable.
That's the thing that these, like, not just cryptids, but any kind of conspiracy like this, people are so ready to believe stuff that you can make a prank go viral with people believing it and
Insane.
defending it. Isn't that crazy?
Absolutely
Oh, man.
insane.
That's funny though. I like Ken's Carpentry.
Number 4, the Trail Snap. In 2012,
I can't believe that was number 5. Craig Sulk, Michigan Bigfoot witness. How do you get that kind of credential? That's so funny. Oh, bless
What
him.
does
He
that
looks like a
mean?
Bigfoot witness.
Craig Sulk had set up a trail camera on his property in Menominee, Michigan, to help monitor quarry. However,
I wish I lived somewhere like this, where you just like have all this lovely nature around you, and you can just like set up a camera and watch deer
It's
chilling
not that.
out.
It's not that lovely.
That's so cool.
It's not that lovely.
I ain't living in this stupid city.
as he examined the footage, one particular shot among the deer called for a closer look. In one frame, a bizarre primate-like figure can be spotted obscured by trees. Sulk believed he had photographed the famous Sasquatch. He sent the image to the TV
That
show
does not
Finding
look
Bigfoot.
like Bigfoot.
I mean, that is consistent with all the footage of Bigfoot we have. Coincidentally, way at the back of frame at a distance in the dark, like that
That
checks
doesn't
out.
look like- that
He
just looks
never
like a
happens to
blob.
wander right in front of a camera. It's so weird.
Which he was a fan of and who did an episode on his find.
Oh, he thought he saw Bigfoot, having already been a fan of the show Finding Bigfoot. I'm sure that didn't influence him at all.
Sulk's image inspired a lot of viewers, who contacted him to recount their tales of interacting with the mythical beast. Unfortunately,
What?
Sulk
What
passed
was
away from
that?
cancer in 2021,
Aw, bro.
but his contribution to the Bigfoot community lives on.
This
Aw.
thing
He
came
didn't
by,
contribute
was at the
anything.
right place at the right time to get his photograph taken. Maybe that's a Bigfoot.
He was at the right place at the right time. Unfortunately, just really hard to see in the shot.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely
Sulk, I hope he had a good
impossible to
life.
see.
He lived in a beautiful area. He was looking for Bigfoot. Love you, man. Rest in peace.
The Monster of Marble Mountain.
Number
In
3.
2001, Christian youth group leader Jim Mills took the kids on a backpacking trip in the Marble Mountains of Northern California.
We notice claw marks as we look at the trees and stuff.
But it got weirder as something on the mountain caught their attention. A very tall figure can be seen walking down a ridge, apparently getting more and more agitated as it makes its way closer.
It's
Where?
kind of looking at us.
Immediately,
That's
the
a
kids
guy.
and Mills believe it's Bigfoot due to its longer than average arms and unique gait. The footage didn't really gain any traction
guy.
until 2011, a year after Mills sadly passed away.
Oh man, is everyone in this dead?
Everyone's
What a
dead.
bummer. Their legacy lives on in the Bigfoot community.
They're all
That's
fucking
just
dead.
a guy. That's just a dude. I love that they immediately thought it was Bigfoot. Of course they did. Of course they fucking did. Sometimes I'll like see my own
a tall
reflection in
guy.
the dark in a door or something and jump because I think it's a monster. But it's not really a monster. You know what I mean?
I'm definitely not going to shoot him.
Number 2.
Fuck do you mean?
Definitely not gonna shoot him. Good. Why did you even say that? It's just a guy
That's
walking
so
on the ridge.
fucked.
Why would you shoot him? Even if it was a Bigfoot, why would you shoot it? It's way over there, just walking around. America.
Family of Bigfoots. During the 80s, Paul Freeman was working for the U.S. Forest Service when he claimed he came across an 8-foot-tall Bigfoot. He even took plaster casts of its footprint, which experts apparently deemed were likely from an unknown species.
4 little tracks here.
This is the 80s, so we might be able to Google this and find something out.
Go gone
Paul
full
Freeman was an
time.
American Bigfoot hunter. As reported by Professor Grover Krantz, Freeman was known for formerly having fabricated footprint evidence. Paul. If you fabricate evidence to try and prove your point, no one's gonna believe you if you find real
Come
evidence. It's a boy who cried wolf situation. Naughty Paul. Okay, well, write that one off then.
Freeman vowed to get indisputable proof of the creature's existence. In the early 90s, while filming in the woods near the Blue Mountains in Washington, he found more unusual footprints to make casts from. As Freeman walked further into the brush, however, he
Looks
seemingly
like a
spotted
guy
a
making
Sasquatch in
casts
the
out of
distance,
fake fucking
entirely unconcerned about Freeman's presence.
Oh, there he goes.
A few moments later,
Oh shit, there he is. There he goes. Bigfoot's always so chill. Bigfoot is forever just like a guy having a walk who's just like, going Tesco's, do you want anything?
he erupts saying there are actually two of them.
There's two of them, I guess.
What became known as the Freeman footage, this recording was praised by many
I don't
as
see
definitive
anything.
proof.
What is he
Definitive proof
looking
by
at?
a known hoaxer. Alright. Oh, number one is the Patterson Gimlin film. Okay. Well, I'll be completely honest with you guys. I'm not convinced. I'm just not convinced.
What even
There's no
happened in
DNA
this fucking
evidence.
video?
The famous kind of footprint evidence is from one known hoax and one guy who had in the past done a footprint hoax, so I don't find him a very trustworthy source. And all the rest of it is like grainy footage where Bigfoot always happens to be far in the distance and difficult to see and like behind trees, and or it just looks like a guy or it just looks like a dude. I just don't get it. I just feel like I'm missing something. Like I think it might just be some sort of cultural appreciation for Bigfoot that I'm missing. Like maybe it's
Clearly.
like growing up with a certain religion. You just have this
Growing
sort
up
of
Bigfoot.
inbuilt faith in the thing that makes the little bits of evidence seem more compelling, because I just don't get it. I look at all this stuff and I'm like, yeah, the best we have is terrible footage that doesn't prove anything one way or the other. That's not great. And it's not even that exciting a cryptid. Like, no shade to Bigfoot. I'm sure if he's real, he's a cool guy.
Super
He always
cool,
seems
dude.
very casual. It's not like he has Godzilla powers or something. It's like a cool monkey. I love monkeys. I'm a Monkey World supporter. This is Amy the orangutan, who I sponsor.
Aw, Amy.
It turned out there was a previously unknown species of ape that was like remarkably different from other grey apes and humans and all this. Maybe it was an ancestor of some ancient species that we thought went extinct a long time ago. That would all be really fascinating and cool, but it wouldn't be like life-changing for me, you know? I just don't get it. Please help me understand if you have some insight, if you know of any better evidence, because like I say, there's like 11 seasons of the Bigfoot finding TV show where they never found Bigfoot. There's no like close-up
Never found
compelling
him.
footage of Bigfoot that hasn't been proven to be a hoax or a joke. There's never been a body. There are all these people hunting for Bigfoot who have access to amazing modern technology, and yet we're coming up empty-handed. The only footage we've got is like 80s style still in 2024. It's like 80s style shaky cam footage, and at the crucial moment
Insanity.
anybody who catches a look at Bigfoot always runs away. Maybe that's Bigfoot's scripted power, is it like inflicts some kind of fear sense that makes people run away. That would be kind of cool, actually. Yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Tell me your Bigfoot evidence. Was your sister scaring a horse and then saw a Bigfoot? Let me know. Do give this video a cheeky like, consider subscribing so you don't miss future videos, maybe press the notification button. But off. I think I need a break. If you like this channel and you want to support what I do, you can become a channel member for comment priority and some goofy little emotes. I do have a gaming channel if you're interested in that sort of thing. It's a lot of fun. Come find me at Little Duck Game.
Love Emma Thorne. Great. Great stuff. Let's see here. Let me take a look here. Mm. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, the game is ready. So, shoot. I'm trying to think of what I want to do. Um. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I'm a little sleepy, so I'm probably just gonna relax in bed for a bit. I'll come back in, let's say, an hour. And yeah. Anyways. I'll be back. Stay tuned, and for right now, enjoy the music. Bye.